Good morning, everyone. Elle here with you. It is 10:08 a.m., the 26th day of August, 2022, on the Gregorian. I hope all of you are well. Hey, Obese, good to see you. Hey there, Rob. Good morning. Let me come on and just say good morning, guys. I hope all of you are well. Just taking a look at, let me share my screen. The boardwalk cams. This is odd for like the end of August for the. I mean, I can't really speak to the last 2 years because I really haven't gone to the shore because of the pandemic and all. Hey, RT, happy Friday. Yes, but this is not a lot of people, and even at Rehoboth, my other home away from home, this is more people. This is Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Now this is lower Delaware. I'm from Wilmington, Delaware, up the top. But this is I remember going to this beach as a little girl. My dad was a musician. He owned the bar down here years and years ago. But look, that's the camera that does that. There's Candy Kitchen. They've got really good taffy. But all the way up, if you see my cursor, all the way at the other end of this boardwalk, which is pretty long, is a place called Boardwalk Plaza, which I love. I love it. It's like an old Victorian hotel. There's a hot tub with like exotic birds and loose in the hot tub room. But yeah, so this is Rehoboth. Looks like there's some pretty cool waves. And then this is Jersey. I think this is Shiftspeare. I believe so. So just wanted to share that with you guys. I've only been to the beach once this year. All right, with that, we'll get right into it. Speaking of Atlantic City, there was an air show there yesterday. I wish I could have taken my boys, but that stuff gets pricey. So I didn't. But we do have footage of, I don't know if this is actually from, it doesn't, at least from what I read, it doesn't say where it's from. And I even went on military.com, but we'll watch the video. And I kind of assumed, since this was published last night at 7:03 p.m. and the air show was yesterday, that it was possibly from Atlantic City. But I mean, I didn't really look into it, or I could probably find out, but it's pretty cool. Let's look at this together. Well, I thought I had it already pulled up. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. I'm pretty sure I did. It'll probably be in another tab. It'll come up in another tab. Yeah, I think that's this. Yes. All right, well, let's take a look at this. Let me blow it up. F-18 fly pass. Let's take a look. Can you guys hear me okay? Is everything audio and video okay? Hey, Daryl. Morning to you. $560 knots.
Holy.
Yeah, I love air shows. I always have. My dad used to take me to them. So I just thought that was cool. Water vapor at a high speed. Yeah, I wish I could have taken my sons to the air show, but just a cool piece of footage. Thank you for the sound check. Just a cool piece of footage I figured I would share with you. Now we're going to go, just going to move in here. This authorities identify remains found in Lake Mead. So we have a fifth. After yesterday, they came out. This is out of the New York Slimes. Yesterday, this is at 6:17 p.m. But yesterday morning, they came out with an article, mainstream news, they're all the same, stating that they expected to find hundreds more bodies. But this is another one. So now we're up to 5 bodies at Lake Mead starting in May. So now there's another one right after yesterday. Uh, I reported, I guess reported, I'm using that word loosely. I read to you guys from Smith Month, mainstream news, that they expected to find hundreds. So 5th body at Lake Mead, just keeping a body count, keeping my eye on Lake Mead. Now guys, I'm not scared of heights at all, but I am scared of human error. I've only been on one roller coaster in my entire life, and it doesn't even count. It was at Dutch Wonderland. It was like a wooden one like this, but it wasn't even this high. It's in like Amish country. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Dutch Wonderland. There's only one of them. But yeah, other than that, I don't, because of human error, not because I'm scared of heights. And this, you always hear about this, and I'm not trying to scare you guys. You got to take a risk. If that's your thing, then by all means, go do it. But it's never been my thing. I did go to Dorney Park because, my friends would want to go, but I would just convince like my 2 girlfriends to spend all day in the water park. I liked the water. I love the water. You guys know that. So anyway, multiple people injured on roller coaster at Six Flags Great Adventure. Now, Six Flags, they have some messed up concerts. They have messed up, I don't know, what do you call them? Attractions. I was going to say exhibits, but attractions. This is the El Toro wooden roller coaster pictured in 2012. Philadelphia, KYW, News Radio, 1060. But anyway, so yeah, this is at the Six Flags in Jackson Township, Jersey. Several people were injured on a roller coaster. It happened on a wooden roller coaster called El Toro just before 8 p.m. Six Flags officials said 5 people were evaluated at the hospital after several quote, reported back pain after riding the El Toro. The ride remains closed for inspection. How odd, right? My conspiracy theory mind is like, what did they do to the? Was there something did they stick something in their spine? No, I'm just kidding, guys. This channel is labeled entertainment, allegedly speculation. We just look at mainstream news articles, Art of War, and we talk and converse, and you guys tell me stuff, and we just chill. We hang out. And again, on my old channel, I had so much content, years of content. I never backed it up. Pre-recorded pieces that I did on subjects. I wish I could get back to that, and I will. But right now I have to get into the groove of homeschooling. My boys are 9 years apart, so it's extremely, it's going to be extremely hard to do a almost 6-year-old and an almost 14-year-old. 15. He'll be almost 15. So hold on one second, guys. Hey, that's my little one trying to be sneaky and come down here. Hey, Miss Blanche. Hey, Lou. Knowledge 2020, what's good? Oh, thank you. Knowledge for saying that. Hey, Jason. Whiplash, yes. I do, yes. Right. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. Mom life. Okay. All right, guys. Sorry about that. It's good to see you all. It's good to see you all. Poor maintenance during the pandemic is what went wrong. Yeah, Lou, that's a good guess. Thank you so much, Daryl. Yeah, thank you for putting the Smith Modernization Act in the chat. If you have not read it, please do. I know I say it like almost every video, but it does bear saying, it bears repeating every single video, because even if one person doesn't know about it. And this is how I thought I got through to my mother, by showing her the Smith Modernization Act and what Her Majesty Barry Soetoro signed and what it meant. 1948, we can use propaganda and lie on foreign adversaries. And then Obama in 2012 said, fuck it, we could do it for the greater good to the American public. So it's an important document, as far as what plays out, legally here in this country, and other aspects too. So, yo, good to see you, New Edge. Getting rid of season pass. Six Flags New England is raising prices, getting rid of season passes to price out certain people, causing issues. Hey, Miss Blanche. Guys, I am so overwhelmed. And my mom just moved. Okay, give me 1 second. I got to go help my son. 1 second, guys. Oh, yeah. Go up. All right, guys. What was I just saying? Oh, my mom, and my aunt who takes care of her. They're actually best friends. She's not my blood aunt, but moved out of their house that they've lived in for 26 years. And I have a 4-poster bed here on top of both my boys' bed and my beds, and just furniture and all my Christmas, like just all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna try to have a yard sale. I don't know, but I'm really overwhelmed with trying to find a place away from the city, that's affordable. Obviously, I would love to be off grid, but I don't know, guys. I don't know even where my son distracted me. I'm sorry, but yeah, I just want to report on that. But this happens every year, and certainly if you like to get, just think about it. Consider, especially what Lou just said, the maintenance. See, this is always amazes me. The people that, and I'm not saying every single one, okay, but I guarantee you, out of 90% of the people, probably more, okay, 99% of the people on this roller coaster, I'll say 97% of the people on this roller coaster in this picture, probably, I'm just pulling this out of my ass, probably trust that the mainstream news is telling them the truth, and that the government would never do anything against its citizens. That's just my opinion. Okay. And therefore they don't think about, see, I think my dad, he raised me, and him being a Vietnam vet, he made me like hyper and super aware to everything, to the point of me being neurotic at times. But, yeah, so you got to calculate in human error and really look at the structure. I can't believe I went on that slingshot in Atlantic City, that 2-seater. You get in it, it's a ball, and they sling you up in the air. And I promptly, got sick afterwards when it landed. Oh, let's move on to here. I don't know, Daryl. What's going on with CERN? Yeah, the debt. How do you guys feel about that? Central Penn, if I was you, it really doesn't get much better anywhere else in the US for culture. Yeah. And you would still be relatively close to your friends and family. All my friends are dead. But yeah, my family. I got Gina, Jimmy, but I only have 2 friends, guys, that are like, older, like legacy friends that I've had for 25 long plus years. So look, Nicholas Cruz, guys, this is the penalty phase, the Valentine's Day 2018, The same day, me and my son at the time, he was, I forget how old he was, but we saw, I believe, what looked like to me a portal in the sky when I was walking him home from school. Matter of fact, the Valentine's Day party, I walked in and my niece was babysitting my younger one. And this guy, Nicholas Cruz, said he was hearing voices and was in this Parkland thing. Also, too, at the time I pointed out, I can't believe more people didn't catch it when they were showing the kids running out with their hands and the cops were making them drop their book bags like in a big pile in the middle of the street. And then they were, the cops were in a line, like directing the children. But this one kid, like he peeped that, he saw it as he was running and he just shaded it, just slipped his thing off and let it fall to the ground. So there must have been something in there. Maybe he had some marijuana or something. But look, they're trying to say that he's in Florida. So he's already pled guilty to 17 counts of capital murder. He gets life with no parole. There is no parole, or death. That's what this is. This is the penalty phase. And here are some drawings from his jail cell that reveal the dark corners of his mind. Why is it that United States is so, these school bangers are so prevalent here? Is it organic? Well, you guys know what I think. No, it's not organic. How could it be? How could it be? I mean, there's schools all over the world. How could it be? It's something in this country. Just throwing that out there. Hey, Rooster, AJ, good to see you. I don't know why you're not. You know what gets me out? Too many idiots are fighting with each other. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, people, that's why I just said that yesterday. I said I'm not into, matter of fact, that's the reason I don't get along with my two neighbors, is because I refuse to sit and gossip. It's not something I do. Law and Crime Network, yeah, that's what this is probably from. I know about Law and Crime. Yeah, but they're saying that he does, and I played a couple days ago when he pled guilty to all of this, which was a while ago. He made a little like speech or whatever, and he said, I believe that my fate is in your hands, or I know it's life in prison, but I really want to help people. I hope you give me a chance to help people. So he did say that out of his own mouth. Here's some pictures supposedly that he drew in jail. I'm not even going to say what that says, but you guys can see it if you're driving or listening. It's, it's satanic, I guess. But so they said his lead attorney, it's a girl, Melissa McNeil, said Cruz has fetal alcohol and drug issues. His adoptive mother was unable to properly care for him growing up after her husband suddenly died. This is the problem, mental health. And also, look, I got to be careful what I say on here. But we know about these bangers, guys. We know. And again, an FF does not mean that there isn't blood. It doesn't mean that people don't die. It also doesn't mean that Robbie Parker lost a 6-year-old son. I'm not saying he did or he didn't. I'm just saying two things can be true at once. Let's just check this out. It's a minute. I hope everybody that can hear me is doing well. I hope you guys are good. It's 10:27 a.m. here on the East Coast of the United States. Hey there, Joe. Welcome in. Yeah, me neither, Miss Blanche. I don't believe in it either because the justice system is so fucked up. So many people are wrongfully imprisoned. Like, who gives one man another right over another man to throw them in a cage? And definitely to kill you know, the it's a very complex situation, but I do agree with you. I'm afraid, which says, I'm afraid the government is using mental health against the people. They abuse everything. And you would be absolutely correct. Peter Pry, very awesome, Daryl. Impressive. I didn't know that anybody really, yeah. They are, I prefer actual. Yeah, I don't like the bashing other creator. I think, and I've said it before, I like to bridge the gap. I've collabed with so many people, interviewed a lot of people, so I did find two of my interviews with Nicholas and two from Venezuela. I found them on the Contingency Plans channel. You can go to his channel, the Contingency Plan, and you could see my two interviews. With them, and I'll try to get another one with Mark Steele. But I was really proud of myself because I had gotten him before Deborah Tavares, and I interviewed him 4 times. One time I was interviewing him, and the cops came to his friggin' door while I was on the call with him, and he was like, "Just stay on here." So, all right, let's watch this real quick together.
We've seen the confessed Parkland shooter in court for weeks, sitting at the defense table, head down and doodling. Now we're getting a glimpse of what he's been drawing outside the courtroom and inside his jail cell. We're seeing the disturbing drawings of Nicholas Cruz for ourselves. Several sketches of what look to be automatic weapons, various ammunition, and how much things like body armor cost while he's been in jail waiting to learn if he'll live or die. Crude drawings of monstrous faces and pentagrams underneath the words "Hail Satan." Among his writings,
okay, that was only one pentagram. The other thing was an anarchist symbol, but okay.
Requests gory descriptions of death and carnage. I do not want to be bothered by anyone or anything. I can't wait to die. Blood, blood. I only want to see blood. On page after page, 3 sixes said to be the mark of the Antichrist. The subject of death comes up again and again. Tales of his loneliness and wanting to be buried with a woman. And on one page, the very issue the jury will decide. Cruz writes, I do not want life. Please help me go to death row.
Okay, and guess what? If any, just a friendly note, sidebar, if you want to die, don't tell the judge that. And I'm going to put my prediction right here and now. This judge that's overseeing this will not give him the death penalty. She will give him consecutive, not concurrent, 17 capital or first degree murder life. And it's Florida again. So there is no chance for parole. That's my prediction. I usually don't give predictions, but I say that he will not get the death penalty because he wants the death penalty. And I've said this many, many times on my channels that, you know, people that do something like this, of course, I know this is a blanket statement. There's exceptions to every rule, except the rule that there's coincidences. There's no coincidences, and that's the exception to the no exception rule. But your Nicholas Cruz is what happened to them? Why is this a American thing? And that is what I think really needs to be looked into. I mean, I've looked into it and I have my own thoughts. I can't say it on this platform. I truly can't. I wish I could, but I'm sure you guys can guess. But mental health is definitely a problem. But don't ever tell the judge that you want to go. But he thinks he's getting out. Like, this kid really keeps making comments in court about helping people. He wants to, and there says he is a brain damaged human. Everybody has a hard life. That doesn't mean you go, life is fair because it's unfair for everybody. Okay. You're dealt a hand and you play it. And you get what you get and you don't get upset. But with all the fluoride and poisons and drugs and all this shit and the mental health problems that we have in this country, it's off the Richter. I don't know. And you could tell that they're not really doing anything about it because it keeps happening. It keeps happening. All right. This I thought was very interesting. Hey, Jen, good to see you. I was like, who's that ginger? Oh, it's Jen. Where the hell did she go? Indigo. Yes. And look at you. You exactly what I was thinking. Yep. Very good to see you. I love to see people that come in that I haven't seen in a while. It makes me so happy because then I know you're okay, you're alive and still kicking. So it's good to see you, Indigo. She's at your place. Tell her I said hi. Have fun. Don't party too hard. And spray paint the cameras out. But look at this. This is Psy Post. Like what? Psy Post. I don't know, guys. What do you think? AI generated article, 22 comments, 40 emojis. Psy Post. The Psy Post, guys. A simple verbal hint can alter a person's visual perception, especially if they're highly suggestible. Well, first I would say no shit, Sherlock, of course. Why are they printing this? But apparently new psychology research shows just how easy it is, and it's very easy, to sway a person's perceptual judgments, leading them to think they can see something that's not there. And this, is the age-old question if, or when you get into quantum thinking, quantum thinking in any aspect really is, do we, obviously our reality is created or at least attempted to be created by the people who rule over the 99%. But let me just read the article. According to the findings, a short verbal statement can alter a person's visual perception, especially if they are more susceptible to social influence. Obviously, and we've seen this with the face diapers. Within 3 weeks, everybody across the world, barefoot, tribes that don't have any kind of radio and shit, were wearing them to people in New York City. How did that happen? Because it's already a one world closed system. This is, again, my opinion. I'm not a truther. I'm not a patriot. I reject all labels. I'm just a pissed off mother. That's it. But it's funny that they're printing this. They have to tell you, but this is kind of an obvious thing. And I wonder how much this new research costs. Have you guys ever heard of I can't remember the name of the experiment, but it has like 100%. It's worked 100% of the time. Crap. What is the name of the experiment? Maybe you guys will know. It's when you get like 4 or 5 people in a room, and then you have like another person at like a whiteboard or whatever. They throw up a flashcard and everybody in the room's in on it except for one person. And like, it'll be a square. And the one person that's not in on it will be fourth in line to answer the person with the flashcard or the whiteboard's question, what is this shape? And if the first person says a circle, even though the person, the third or fourth person, whoever I just said, sees that it's not that shape, he sees that it's a square, they will. And this, it's called the ASH experiments. That's what it's called. And it's 100% of the time it works. So that's kind of like this. Social influence is a powerful phenomenon that can shape our perception of the world. Well, yeah, and also psychological, traumatic and psychological operations and engineering, social engineering, all of that plays a part. But this is a new study that came out. If you guys want to read it, you can. I will. And there's actually a hyperlink to the actual study. I think it's funny that they have money to do these studies and money to send to Ukraine when so many people are struggling right now, and winter's going to be here before we know it. So let me give you guys this link. Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. We'll get to Russia in a minute. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, Germany is going to collapse. I mean, it's crazy. Spray paint the camera. Yeah. All right. So this is the Rock of Gibraltar. Remarkable Levantier cloud seen over the Rock of Gibraltar. Hold on 1 second, guys. All right, sorry about that. Hey, disciple. Yes, that's it, Daryl. What we're gonna take a pause, and we're gonna go ahead. Link, Daryl, you are on it. And I'll just show you. I hope this is the one that I'm thinking of, but something tells me it probably is. I always see you in the good chats, Daryl. So let's go here. I don't even have my links under here, I don't think. Oh, yeah, I do. I hate when they put this. Let me take this off. Okay. This is cool because I can bring up my Twitter. Let me save this. Let me go in, and so just in case you don't know what the ASH experiment is, and this I believe is what happened with the face diapers. And let me save this. We go in and double fringe rusher voice. I hate that. I try not to use the word hate, but boy, I don't like that. So let's take a look at bye bye Europe. I know that's what we're gonna get to it, guys. We're gonna get to it, that. Yeah, Solomon Asch conformity experiment. Solomon Asch conducted an experiment. Thank you again, Daryl. Mr. Johnny on the spot. Very awesome of you. Solomon Asch conducted an experiment to investigate the extent to which social pressure from a majority group could affect a person to conform. He believed that the main problem with Sheriff's 1935 conformity experiment was that there was no correct answer to the ambiguous autokinetic experiment. How could we be sure that that person conformed when there was no correct answer? So Asch, 1951, devised what is now regarded as a classic experiment in social psychology, whereby there was an obvious answer to a line judgment task, as I just described. Like, here you go. This is a better thing. I thought this might have been the video, but it's very interesting. So they're calling them stooges. Innocent participant. So this guy's the only one that's not in on it. Okay, this is the Solomon Asch, or the person doing. So you see this line here, match it, or whatever the hell the thing is. And these guys say, oh, it's A, and this guy, even though he could see with his eyes that it's not A, says it's A. So that's what the Asch experiment is. Thanks for dropping that. And I think it has 100% quote success rate. I don't know if you would call it a success rate. I'm not really sure the technical term, if it's a success or not, because definitely not. I've always been non-conforming. I mean, even as a young child, my dad used to yell at me, why won't you just conform? But yeah, so that's the Asch experiment. Let's look at this cloud. And please let me know, has anyone heard of, look, another test train? Oh, train crashes into Tesla. This out of the Washington Post. Has anyone heard? Please, if you're watching now, put it in the chat. And if you don't mind, if you're watching afterwards, subsequently, put it in the comments. If you don't mind leaving a comment. Has anybody here heard of this type of cloud? I have it up right here. We'll get to more pictures of it. But this out of the Washington Post yesterday. Remarkable 11-tier cloud seen over the Rock of Gibraltar. So let me refresh this so I can show you the first thing. But the unique landscape at the Rock of Gibraltar is the site of stunning flora and fauna that can't be found elsewhere in the European continent. And it's also a home of the rare 11-tier cloud, which trails off of the Lone Rock's craggy peak. All right, so here's a picture of the Rock of Gibraltar. Okay, and then we're going to take a look at the cloud that was produced, I guess, by this, is what they're saying. The video is from the Met Office, Gibraltar. And here is the cloud. Hold on one second. It's a special, the 11-tier cloud is a special subset, pardon me, of a more common type of cloud, orographic clouds, meaning clouds that are formed by Earth's topography. Within the genre of orographic clouds are several types of clouds, namely banner clouds and lenticular clouds. I studied all this shit, and I'm telling you, they added it. They've added things. So this is the cloud, remarkable 11-tier cloud. This is a photo that they're saying. Mag would say it probably is fake, but I believe I've seen some crazy shit in the sky. Once I move and get settled and I have a chance to buy something for myself, which is rare, I'm going to invest in a camera. I used to develop my own film, and I had a really nice camera, but it broke and everything went digital, and ugh. But anyway, this is a gorgeous, is what it says, lenticular cloud downwind of Mount Shasta in northern Cali Wednesday morning. This is a example of that. But I guess they found one saw one over the Rock of Gibraltar as well. I don't know why this is stuck, guys. But this type of cloud, hold on one second. Jeez, guys, what a day. What a day. I'm not well traveled at all, Miss Blanche. I forget where I was. I'm sorry. My little one's in rare form, and I got a lot going on here, guys. All right, enough about me. But the cloud, the 11-tier clouds. August 24th. Let's pull this up. Time lapsed. Oh, look at this. Gibraltar poised to become the first nation to vaccinate entire adult population. Wow. Yeah, okay, so this is it. This is what they're showing us. I see now how that could be. I see how the cloud can form. Wow. That's pretty awesome, right? That's pretty awesome. All right. Let's move on to this. Now we know yesterday they came out and said that the worldwide meaning worldwide highest temperature recorded in China ever. Like, it was the highest. I don't know what degree it was. I'm not good at converting Celsius into Fahrenheit anyhow, but you could look it up. Yesterday they came out and said this was, out of all the entire world, out of all as far back as they started recording, China had the hottest day ever in the history of the world. So this, more lakes drying up, China's Poyang link shrinking amid heat wave drought. This whole thing is usually covered by water. Look at that. So this would be up to there. Yeah, this is crazy. I don't know, guys. This puts a damper on my boat idea. Gibraltar is British. British. Hey, break the spell. Yes, the cards. Yes. So everywhere, guys, everywhere.
This year, it is weird.
Here, hold on. I could live on a boat. I could really live on a boat. British. Daryl, I'm not following. Why? Is something all right? Is he okay? Is something wrong with Dutch?
Last year, there was water in the lake. This year, I don't know what happened. It is so dry. It's been dry for a month and a half, almost 2 months. Historically, the water was supposed to recede in the middle of September, but this year, it is weird. It dried up in the middle of July.
It is weird.
I haven't seen anything like this in a long, long time. At least, not for a decade or two.
All right, guys. So all over, we're having heat. We're having lakes dry up, even though, again, we can friggin' create water. What are you saying about thank you, disciple? I need it. I really appreciate it because that does work. I believe in the power of prayer and positive thinking. You could live on a boat too. Where will we put all your crafts, Miss Blanche? We would have to make a little waterproof, because I would want to build it. I would want to do it big. Check this out, guys. Drought exposes Roman ruins in the Tiber River. Let me full screen this one. Wow. Nero's Bridge, after the notorious Roman emperor. Look at this.
This bridge, the Pons Neronianus, or the Bridge of Nero, was built probably by either the Emperor Nero, who it's called after, or the Emperor Caligula. And it seems to have been built principally for the emperor to be able to get across to his gardens, to the family pleasure garden.
Italy is facing its worst drought in 70 years. I can't stand a litter bug, but this, yeah. Guys, please don't litter. Statistically, there's somebody in here, this room, that litters. Please don't. Wow. I know even the brandy wine in Delaware, well, it goes into PA too, is just drought. And then other places are flooded. Jersey Shore water temperature set yet another record Thursday, reaching 84.7 degrees. Now, I did take my boys to the beach, thanks to you guys donating and tipping. That was able to get me gas to get down there, and we had a day trip down there. The one day we went, there was such bad riptide, we weren't allowed in the water, but that's all right. You could go in the surf, but not in the water like this. My son found and rescued a turtle, a diamondback terrapin, so that was missing a foot. So it was fun, but the water was not 84.7 degrees, and that wasn't that long ago. So I do want to go again this year. just because I don't know what's going to happen this winter or next year. I do want to take the boys one more time. Maybe I'll try to do that. But they're saying Jersey Shore, the Philly Inquirer, temperature set yet another record Thursday, reaching 84.7 degrees. So that would mean that the temperature of the Jersey down AC or Ocean City, see here it says 81 sunny. Well, the water warmer than the temperature here right now, supposedly. So I'll have to get down there. This is in Ocean City. Look at, I said that and it popped up. No, I didn't ask for you to pop up. But yeah, so let's see. During upwelling events in late July and earlier this month, and it was cold when I went, of course. Like I said, the toe chilling water dipped to the mid 50s, 55.8 degrees on August 10th. I forget what day I went. I did live stream that day. Maybe I should look it up. But it was cloudy. It was cold. But now 84.7 degrees. So very interesting. This I was reading through. AFP fact check. So, guys, again, Smith month. Have you guys seen this? Camp Lejeune, there was a class action lawsuit. I guess they won the contaminated water. It poisoned, is this 1 million people? Yeah, Camp Lejeune. So I don't know if you guys have heard of that's going on. But post-show out of AFP fact check yesterday, U.S. heat records lack climate change context. Excuse me? Thousands of Facebook users have shared a map of historic heat records across the United States Corporation, suggesting it is evidence against human-driven global warming since many of the records date to the 1930s or earlier. The claim lacks context. The map shows individual records up to broader temperature data show a warming trend since the 19th century, in line with the consensus among world scientists. Yeah, guys, the friggin' experts, right? Quote, only 2 states have had a record temperature in the last 20 years, claims a Facebook post on August 8th, as part of the United States suffered a drought. Quote, by far most records were set in the 30s when there were very few cars and planes. But yeah, all of a sudden, quit using fossil fuels and pay more taxes or we're all going to die. The post included a map from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, showing each state's top temperature record. So they're saying no, that they debunked it. No, not true, is what they're saying. Hey, Valiant One. It's colder in Lido Beach, Florida. No way it's 84 unless the guy is measuring P. I was going to say, because it was like, yeah, I don't know. And how do they get that? Do they get that from like the surf, or do they go out and drop the thermometer down and leave it down there for a couple minutes? Yeah, that's a good point. Good point. Hey, Rick James. What's POS? What's POS? Well, I mean, I know a couple things it stands for, but so this out of the Washington Post this morning. She's coming out with all this stuff, guys. Nuclear fusion power inches closer to reality. Does anybody want to guess why I have this pulled up? This is, I guess, like, for lack of a better term, this would be called soft disclosure, right? Using nuclear fusion energy to power the world has long been 2 things: the ideal form of alternative energy and development that's decades from becoming reality. Yeah, in on a large scale, but this already, obviously, they can already do this. The science relies on smashing 2 atoms together at incredibly high speeds and transforming the energy from that reaction into electricity that can power homes and offices. Now, I mean, friction? You mean friction? Anyway, we know that can work too. But if mastered, fusion power plants could provide cheap and endless energy. It has been mastered. Stop lying to us. We know. And endless energy without emitting carbon into the air or dumping radioactive waste into the environment. We talked about this yesterday. You guys know how I feel about this. But this Biden administration's Inflation Reduction Act, coupled with climate change, why wouldn't you have two separate acts? Like, doesn't that tip anybody off? The Inflation Reduction Act could push climate change tech into the future. I'll give you guys this link. Okay. What is this? Havana? Mysterious. Get the fuck. Oh my gosh. Look at the 323 coding. Please check Reality Decoded. I'll give you guys the link to the story, but we are going to take a look at this. I got to see this friggin' talking head here, or this guy who he's probably well read. Look. Havana syndrome is not a syndrome. It's an attack. You can't call something a syndrome. Well, I guess they can because they're changing definitions of everything. Let's see what the hell they're saying here. Mysterious illness. Well, excuse me, it's not mysterious. Okay, we know exactly what the fuck it is. Mysterious illness. See, you could just take this and show it to somebody, but if you're trying to wake people up, if you're still doing that, I've abandoned all hope. They'll come around. If they come around, they come around. If they don't, they don't. There's nothing more I can do. But this, you would think, would give it away to the quote normal, normie, mysterious illness. But no.
So many unanswered questions here, but more is coming.
Again, not really. We have the answers to the questions, bitch, with the royal purple.
Light about the extent of this problem. The issue first made headlines after American diplomats and spies in Havana experienced puzzling brain injury symptoms in 2016, like dizziness, headaches, and memory loss. The government calls this mysterious syndrome anomalous health incidents. And now Newsy has exclusive details that FBI agents are also reporting these symptoms on U.S. soil.
There have been double-digit members of the FBI, employees of the FBI, who have been injured in multiple locations inside the United States.
Prominent national security attorney Mark Zaid represents current and former FBI personnel. He says a dozen or more incidents have been reported in Washington, D.C. and in Florida, mainly out of the Bureau's Miami field office.
These are cases that have been brought to the attention not only of the FBI, but also the CIA and the DNI and...
So they're going to investigate themselves, right?
Folks on the Hill. These have not...
Look at A Few Good Men. Look at the books he has. Ugh.
Not been really publicized in any way. In fact, the reality is domestic incidents are being downplayed, if not out.
He has My Cousin Vinny, the book. John Grisham, The Firm.
Right, ignored by the U.S. government.
He says the incidents have mostly occurred within the last 4 years. The common thread he's seen in victims across multiple agencies is work related to Russia.
The AHI investigation is like an iceberg. We only see the top 1/3. Most of it is beneath the surface. I've seen beneath the surface, but even I have only seen a little bit beneath the surface.
Just this winter, the CIA assessed that most reports were either explained by medical or environmental conditions.
See, again, doesn't this give it away to the normal person that thinks that, I'll just keep it in the eye, that thinks that I'm a conspiracy theorist? Isn't this the CIA? Like, are you fucking kidding me? How do people not see this? And then they're calling it a friggin' syndrome. It's an attack. It's a targeted attack with frequency. And
not a foreign adversary, but the agency still couldn't rule out a nation state in a subset of cases. The attorney's requests for FBI records under the Freedom of Information Act have so far led to nothing. Here's a recent letter describing B7A exemptions, which withhold documents pending a criminal investigation. When Newsy described the incidents to the FBI.
And guys, make no mistake about it. You don't have to take my word for it. You can, I'm sure you guys have been around and in the past 2.5 years, go ahead and try to get a FOIA. They're still blaming it on the DIVIC 91, why they won't give FOIAs. But there's lots of reasons that they won't give you a FOIA. So this Freedom of Information Act, and you can get every information. No, it doesn't work like that. You only get what they want you to get.
The Bureau told us the issue is a top priority and that the FBI takes all U.S. government personnel who report symptoms seriously, including messaging its workforce.
It does not take it seriously. Hey there, Brian. Welcome in. Who else did I see? Anthony, hello.
About how to respond if they experience an incident and where they can receive medical evaluation.
My advice to I'm sure there are some agents watching, some feds maybe come across this video. If this happens to you, do not go to it because they're.
And this lawyer is also trying to obtain
Really?
150-page from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, which she says now is being called a draft, so that means that they could withhold it from his FOIA request.
Right.
He says that the CIA is up in arms about its potential release because it contradicts the agency, and it hews more closely to a report by the National Academy of Sciences, which says that it's plausible this is pulsed electromagnetic energy. Meanwhile, a source familiar with the matter says that's just not a fair depiction. Chance.
Sasha Ingber, you will not give up on this story, but after this, exclusive reporting.
Why would she? I mean, this shit pisses me off, guys. This is a whole big thing. Let me give you this. But again, Reality Decoded does a great thing on that. But yeah, so nuclear fusion power inches closer to reality. Let me give you this link because I didn't do a good job reading it. I never thought I would live to see half the stuff that I've seen. Thank you, guys. Yeah, the air quotes. Thank you. Let's check the boardwalk cams. I'm jealous. I want to go down here and test this water. So according to that article, this water is 4.7 degrees hotter than it is on the boardwalk. Watch the tram car. Here's where the tram goes on this part in between these two yellow. This is where the tram cars go. And then, of course, you're supposed to walk this way and then this way on this side. This is Jersey. And then this is Rehoboth. I met a guy who lives in the summertime. He lives in this. That's his job. He rents the umbrellas out, but he literally lives in the umbrella shack. I was like, damn, dude. I love the salty air, Jason. I love like driving into or near it and smelling. It's just something so it's healing to me. Even this summer, the sun that I've got, I've been like soaking in the sun, and it makes me feel better. It really does. Sunlight is, and they're trying to block it out and keep everybody in their homes. So make sure you get out there and get the sun. It is good for you in so many different ways. And the ocean is too. The ocean is too. Well, don't worry, Miss Blanche. When we get the boat, we'll make sure we go. We'll go somewhere. All right, let's take a look at this. We were just talking about where they're going to go. Were they going to go under? But BAE won the Army's $278 million cold weather all-terrain vehicle contract. The ocean is the only reason you put up with Massachusetts. Yeah, I know. That's how I feel about it too. Like I need to go. I feel like I need to go. And I don't break the spell. Very good. Do not use poisonous sunscreen. Coconut oil if you must. I do. I use oil. I use oil. But I don't burn. I just get kind of olive. Um, I love boating. I love fishing. I used to put my waders on and go first day of trout season in Delaware. I had this cool spot we went to, and I love to fish. Um, my older boy, both my boys like to fish. Both my boys like to fish, but my younger one, he's not quite mastered it yet. So it's not as relaxing with him because you have to, you know, be up his butt every 2 seconds, making sure he's not getting um, hurt or, you know, ties getting the line all messed up. So yeah, on August 22nd, 2022, BAE Systems announced that it won the U.S. Army's cold weather all-terrain vehicle competition. The Swedish-based company received can you believe all the money that's going out for just like friggin' I mean, okay, the U.S. Army's cold weather all-terrain vehicle. I'm sure that could be used in positive ways too, but will it be? Probably not. A company received a $278 million contract for the production of its Beowulf vehicle, along with spare parts and contractor logistics support. So it comes with support. The committee encourages the Secretary of the Army to pursue equipment and vehicles necessary for the Arctic environments. It's key to the Army's success in such environments and its mobility. And remember, guys, the connection between Space Force and the Arctic. There's a connection there. Look it up. The hell they doing? What is the Space Force doing in Antarctica? I don't know. But yeah, so big big contract, and they got it. So wanted to announce that. We do keep an eye on all that. BAE, Lockheed, Northrop Grumman, all of them. All of them. Look at this. This kind of piggybacking off of the roller coaster. Like what? This just happened this year? Like what the fuck? This looks like an old slide, right? I think this is in Jersey too. And look at this. Look at how they wrote this. It's in Detroit. No shit. No shit. Again, parents, you just don't blindly trust sending your child to a state run facility for 8 hours a day. I don't do it. I'm gonna just speak for myself. I don't do it. Same way you don't do that. Maybe I'm just like hyper paranoid or I don't know, but this looks rickety. I would observe and I would probably try it myself before look how old it looks. Giant slide shut down after catapulting children in the air. And look at what they say. A ride on the slide is meant to be one of childhood's gentle thrills, but in America, they just do things differently. This oversized amusement in Detroit finally opened this weekend after being closed. Shh, go, but you can do it quietly. You're pushing your luck, young man. Yeah, you. Okay, okay, go ahead. So yeah, in Detroit, there's a $1 fee. But yeah, it's catapulting the children into the air. A fresh coating of wax on the surface of the slide sent children catapulting into the air. Footage taken at the bottom showed customers being launched skyward over ramps on the way down because of the sheer speed they were picking up. Hold on one second, guys. All right, guys. What a day. What a day. Sorry, guys. I don't know where. Jason, yeah, it's not that. There's actually one in my family right now. Looks like it would get very hot. Yes, Rick. Good point. There's things in my family right now. My younger one's not really adapting. But yeah. Sorry, guys. Sex wax is for it is for surfboards. Yes, it is surfboard wax. All right. Dry pastures forced. I know this is from Wednesday. It's Friday. Out of Reuters. Dry pastures forced Texas ranchers, you guessed it, to slaughter even more cows. I don't understand how so many. I've watched like farmers come on and make excuses for all shit. I don't understand how I mean, some farmers are keen to what's going on, but a lot of them aren't. A lot of them aren't. Crockett, look at that. Crockett, Texas. I didn't even know there was a place called Crockett, Texas. Pretty cool. Reuters. With almost all of Texas in a drought, ranchers are sending ever more cattle off to slaughter. A trend. Well, then where's the food shortage? A trend likely to increase, but why would it increase beef prices? Over the long term, due to dwindling supply from the largest cattle region in the United States. Since mid-July, more than 93% of Texas has been in a drought, according to the United States Drought Monitor. As of mid-August, more than 26% of Texas was at the highest level, characterized by widespread loss of pastures and crops, as well as water shortages. While conditions are especially acute in Texas, about 54% of all U.S. cattle were in some form of drought as of August 16th, up 36% from a year earlier. Cattle slaughter is high nationwide, temporarily increasing supply, but portending tighter supplies for future years. So more problems with the cattle. Let's hear what this rancher guy has to say about it.
We have to get rid of the...
Summers are supposed to be quiet inside the Seguin Cattle Company auction barn in Texas. But manager Brian Linsman says the extreme heat and drought is forcing thousands of cattle ranchers to sell off their herds. What's it been like being in the cattle business this summer?
Pretty much a roller coaster ride. I mean, it's been chaotic. It quit raining in October of last year, so I mean, it's just been desperate measures for people.
Cattle ranchers usually bring their herds to market in late fall, but the heat and lack of rain is making it financially impossible for many ranchers to keep sustaining the cows. That's why Linsman says almost twice as many farmers as usual are lining up here to sell off portions of their cattle herds. Federal forecasters say this is the second driest year around the Seguin area in the past 128 years.
Wow.
Priscilla McBee and her family have a small family operation of about 20 cattle. You brought 2 cows and a calf.
And a calf.
Why'd you have to get rid of them?
We're just trying to reduce trying to reduce how many we're feeding because there's no grass and the hay we have is not going to last us through the winter.
She says her farm is running out of grass to keep the herd properly fed.
It's hard. Our fields are barren.
So you're trying to save the rest of the herd?
Yes.
Marty Schwarzkopf has a herd of 70 cattle. He brought 1 to sell today. He says he also usually sells 4,000 to 6,000 bales of hay every year to cattle ranchers. But this year the ground is so dry, he's only done about 300.
And I feel for a lot of people. People, they've been doing this for years and years, and now they don't have anything to
323 in the windshield.
to hold on to. They're having to let go. We put these bales of hay out a couple days ago, and they're already on. and they're $100 a piece.
Wade Meyerhofer is a fourth-generation cattle rancher on this land. He says this ranch field should be covered in lush
Wow.
grass a foot high.
That does
now
look
it's a sea
horrible.
of hard-scrabbled brown dust. The remaining burnt grass crunches under feet. We talked under shade of an oak tree. As he explained, he might have to sell more of his cows.
Did you get emotional thinking about that possibility?
Yeah. You don't want to do it. You don't want to sell it. You know, most of these cattle, well, all of these cattle, we raised. We raised them from babies. If we have to get rid of the all of them, it's painful.
This part of Texas usually gets 24 to 48 inches of rain a year. It's received just 4 inches so far this year.
Wow.
The pond Meyerhofer's cows usually drink from is supposed to be 7 feet deep. There's not even a drop of water left in it
Holy
now.
crap.
Wade Meyerhofer will face tough decisions soon. He sold off 20 cows last week, and if it doesn't rain and cool off soon, he'll be back in the auction barn selling
And
off
again, guys,
more of his herd.
I will sell them before they're skin and bones. I will sell them. I mean, if we can't maintain them, then we'll get rid of them.
Look at how that's just a shame. And that's going over all over the world, but America. Crazy. Hey, Katie. How are you, friend? Yeah. It kind of gives new meaning to Biggie Smalls, what's beef? What's beef? Yeah. Bugs. Let's eat the bugs. Bugs is the new, crickets is the new cheeseburger. My favorite food are cheeseburgers. I love cheeseburgers, not hamburgers. That would be sacrilegious. They have to have cheese on them. Have you guys ever had a burger with an egg on it? Oh, that's good too. I make some mean burgers, but yeah, it's crazy what they're doing. And again, we'll be sharing with you what I see and what I witness while I homeschool. Yeah. I never heard of sunshine. I never heard of Sunshine Burger. So check this out. The Evening Standard, Britain's sewage crisis. I only swam for 20 minutes, but that evening I began to feel nauseous and dizzy. This came out this morning. If you were to pick up a postcard showing a typical British August bank holiday scene, it would probably feature a beach crowded with candy-striped windbreakers, an ice cream van, and dozens of people splashing in the sea. What it wouldn't depict is raw sewage spewing forth from a giant pipe into the water. It might not show murky clouds of waste mingling with clear blue ocean. There would be no tourists being violently sick after paddleboarding. That, though, is the alarming prospect for facing holidaymakers this long weekend, with areas of the coastline designated as having, quote, bathing water status, now polluted by sewage in the scandal of the summer. One of them anyway. Scandal of more than the summer. So this is what we've got a lot to get to here, but this will tell you the companies and where they dumped it. If you are across the pond, look at this. Getty owns the image. Jeez. So sewage on the coast across there on the other side of the pond. Look at this. Getty images again. This is University. A marine scientist at the University of Plymouth calls the sewage discharges environmental vandalism. And here they go. The rise in weather extremes is only making things worse. Quote, with climate change, you're going to see more intense weather. Yeah. And this is how they're getting away with the climate change agenda. Because it is man-made, not from us, not individually, but from them spraying shit in the sky and doing whatever the hell they want to this earth without thinking about the consequences. Yeah, swimming. Yep. Yep. It is good to see. Plays in the Dirt's here? I don't see Plays in the Dirt. Very good to see you. Please drop your link, Plays in the Dirt. Plays in the Dirt is a friend of the channel all the way on the other side of the country, a fellow sky watcher. Awesome sky checks and stuff. So, all right, we are going to get to Russia here. Here, let's stay in the vein of water here. And let me just show you this that I saw. This yesterday out of the Associated Press, Furnace County, Nebraska, Associated Press. Nebraska authorities baffled by missing canal water mystery. Authorities in Nebraska are trying to determine who released 16 million gallons of water by opening a dam on an irrigation channel one night this month, and why. Look at this. The puzzling water release from the Cambridge Canal reduced the flow to some 18,000 acres of crops and jeopardized expensive irrigation equipment, according to Brad Egerton, sorry if I said that wrong, the general manager of the Frenchman Cambridge Irrigation District that runs the nearly 48-mile-long waterway. The canal is flowing at its normal rate of 150 cubic feet per second when he checked on his computer the night of August 13th, but by the following morning, the flow had been cut in half. Something had happened to the canal's dam near the town of Cambridge, about 200 miles west of Lincoln. Look at this, guys. Wow. They're saying it's a mystery. They keep repetition is the father of learning, but they've perverted it and they use it as the father of brainwashing. Egerton drove there and discovered that someone had wrenched open. I can't even get my water to turn on for the friggin' life of me. I've had like 20 people try. I don't know what they're doing out here. Anyway, this guy drove there and discovered someone had wrenched open the dam's two 10-foot sluice. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that word. Gates. These gates right here. And he estimates that about 50 acre feet of water was lost during roughly 8 hours that the gates were open, and that the water was worth around $2,600 based on the $52 per acre foot price that farmers pay. Isn't it crazy? And we just found out, first of all, I think they're way ahead of us, and they already know how to desalinate water, but they did just come out last month. MIT came out with one of the students there, or groups of students there, came out with a way to desalinate water off the coast on the Pacific coast there in Cali. But there's no reason that this should be. So this was done on purpose. It was an unfortunate situation. No, it's sabotage, right? In the scheme of things, it wasn't a lot of water. 16 million gallons. It's a lot of friggin' water, but it was an inconvenience. I mean, when you say 16 million gallons is an inconvenience, I guess we're thinking money-wise. That's not a lot of money, but still, really should water. I'm old enough to remember when they first started charging for water, and I remember thinking to myself how odd that was, that they were selling bottles of water at my local game. My mom used to write me notes to buy her cigarettes, and I would walk across the train tracks and go to the gas station, and I started seeing bottles of water for like 50 cents maybe, and I was like, what? They're selling water? I remember thinking it was odd then, and I was young, very young. I'm talking like 12, 13. If we get information on who did this, I'd look at charging that person with something. No shit. Another obvious statement there. But yeah, isn't this odd? Somebody letting out 16 million gallons. Is that what it said? Shit, I just X'd out of it. All right, I guess we'll move on to... Um, oh, wait, I don't know why that's up here. Let's look at this real quick before we get to Russia, and then we'll get out of here. Very good to see you, Plays in the Dirt. Oh, thank you, Daryl. Yes, and Break the Spell, sub to Break the Spell. Awesome channels, awesome people. More than, I mean, the channels are good too, but the people. Hey, Modus, good to see you. Yeah, my grass was like brown in spots. I did go out 3 days ago and I filmed because I don't have any memory left on this phone. I got to get a new phone. I'm about to get a new phone, but I went and filmed my garden. So I will be able to show you guys that, not this stream. And I'm supposed to be streaming with Reality Decoded this weekend. I'm hoping he could do it on Sunday, but I'll post it in the community tab. And if you guys have Twitter, guys or girls, then you can, I'll post it there as well. But that will be very interesting. Reality Decoded and me. We'll do a thing. But look at this, guys. This out of CNN, Smith Munt. Okay. You have a doppelganger and probably share DNA with them, a new study suggests. Just very interesting. Sometimes I feel led to share stuff and I share it. Sometimes when Charlie Chasin or Michael Malone would be out and about in their own in Atlanta, people would mistake one for the other. This happened to my mom in the small state of Delaware when her and my dad went to buy their house outside of the city. Still Wilmington, but outside of the inner city. There was a woman with her same name, my mom's same name, middle name too, and the date of birth. I mean, it was insane. And there was they weren't going to let my mom and my dad get this house until they figured this out. And they figured out it was this other woman that had like horrible credit, or she owed a whole bunch of money. I don't know, but it was very odd. That's what the story made me think of. The longtime friends who live in Atlanta are not related. Their ancestors don't even come from the same part of the world. Malone's family came from the Bahamas and the Dominican Republic. Jason's family came from Scotland and Lithuania. They aren't the result of some deep, dark family secret either, yet they look strikingly similar. It's not just their brown hair, beards, and glasses. It's also the structure of their nose, their cheekbones, and the shape of their lips. Yeah, so I'll show you the picture. But they're saying that you probably have, that you definitely have a doppelganger, and that you probably, they're not showing the faces, and that you probably share DNA, says this study, which is friggin' weird, right? People who resemble each other but are not directly related still seem to have genetic similarities, according to the study, the new study. Oh, look at this. Back to the guys or whoever, to these two people. It doesn't really matter. The two look so similar. Even facial recognition software had a hard time telling them apart from identical twins. But now scientists think they can explain what makes them look so similar and could explain why so many of us have a doppelganger. Yeah. So what do you guys think about this? It's crazy, right? Art leads to science. Look at these two. Let's see. 32 people with lookalikes who were part of a photo project. I'm not a lookalike. It was done by a Canadian artist, Francois Brunel. The researchers, Jean-Luc Brunel. What an unfortunate last name. The researchers asked the pairs to do a DNA test. The pairs filled out questionnaires about their lives. The scientists also put their images through 3 different facial recognition programs. Damn. Of the people they recruited, 16 pairs had similar scores to identical twins identified using the same software. The other 16 pairs may have looked the same to the human eye, but the algorithm didn't think so once in the facial recognition program, or programs, plural. Researchers then took a closer look at the participants' DNA. the pair's facial recognition software said were similar and many more genes in common than the other 16 pairs. So is this because they're, studying it so it happened? Like, I don't know why who would think that they would have the same DNA and share? I don't know. These are similar codes, he said, but it's not just by random chance. In the world right now, there are so many people that eventually the system is producing humans with similar DNA. The system, listen to this line, guys. Jeez. This is a quote. The hell? In the world right now, there are so many people that eventually the system is producing humans with similar DNA sequences. This likely was always true, but now with the internet, it's a lot easier to find them. Eventually, the system is producing humans. Test tube babies. I mean, why do you have to have? Why? 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 Can you put on a wife beater or something? Anyway, interesting, right? This is out of CNN, so take it for what it's worth. But I thought it noteworthy. And this is Commonwealth of Pennsylvania news, my neck of the woods. PGW gas main replacement plan, including 1,000 miles of pipes installed before WW2 to be replaced. This out of the Philadelphia Inquirer this morning. The streets have been closed around here. I live right on the outskirts of Philly, the southwest Philly. And they've been for really long periods of time too. And we think they're done and then they're back with their cones. So, and they just ran a whole bunch of new conduit too. So this is going on. If you live in Pennsylvania. All right, let's go to Russia. I did share this yesterday, but just in case there's someone here that didn't catch it yesterday, the Center for AI and Digital Policy, it's looking like, guys, again, this channel is labeled entertainment. This is speculation. Allegedly, this is just one woman's thoughts. I'm not smart. I didn't even graduate college. I went, but I didn't graduate. So, okay, we're just talking here. But word on the street is that after, like I said, infiltrate, destroy, rebuild, after this war of attrition and all this shelling and stuff is over, that the Ukraine, or at least the area that is now the Ukraine, or was before, whatever it was before February 24th, will be the Center for AI and Digital Policy. Now, again, that's just a rumor. All right, we'll see if it comes to fruition. But this is an interesting thing to look at, an interesting thing to read. If you haven't seen it, I'll just drop it in the chat. I graduated college and all you got was the stinking t-shirt. Hold on, guys. Where was I? Dang it. Okay, Russia. We already went over this. Okay. This was printed last night or yesterday afternoon, but I showed you the picture of the man and with the car like burning up in the background in the Kremlin, v. Putin. I've noticed this a lot lately. They're not putting Vladimir, they're just putting v. Putin. This is from War News 24/7, but I've noticed it in Associated Press articles, New York Slimes, Washington Piss. So it's not, this is a Greek website. It's not only this website that's starting to do this. Extraordinary meeting of the Duma on Ukraine, attempted assassination of the president of the Russian parliament. Information also on the decoupling of the Zapro. If anybody knows how to pronunciate this and could put it in the chat, like just put say Zap or Rizy. I'm sorry. I really want to know how to pronounce it. So if any of you know and you could put it in the chat, how I would say it, that would be helpful. I guess I could look it up and I will later. But the nuclear power plant, that's the news that's been circling that over the last couple days. Late in the evening, the president of Russia, V. Putin, rushed to the Kremlin. And there's another story, rush to the Kremlin. Putin's late night limo dash to the Kremlin sparks new fears for Ukraine. This has happened a half a dozen times since February 24th. So I don't know. But anyway, the Russian parliament announced that it would hold a special session on Thursday and immediately afterwards issued a special statement on the Ukraine. Russian officials speak of, quote, a harsh statement, possibly an ultimatum to the West. The message from the Council of the State Duma will be addressed to the UN and all international parliamentary organizations. Again, my opinion is that we are already in a one world closed system. We're already there. I would argue that point with anybody that wants to debate me. We could do that. At the same time, a short while ago, the Russian media published an incident that had been hidden here for 48 hours. The Russians talk about an attempt to assassinate the president of the state of Duma with American HIMARS during the transition to Donetsk. So let's take a look at this real quick. And it's of course the U.S. is involved, right? Because we were involved in the coup. We installed Zelensky, the stiletto-wearing Zelensky. So of course, NATO, brainchild of U.S. and U.S. is involved. This Putin said his war is with the West. He will wipe the UK off the map. He's made threats about the U.S. as well. This is just them running to we're going. Damn. They're deep. Deep. So this happened. But this is what it's. Oh wait, this isn't it. Shit. Sorry guys. All right, hold on a second. Ukrainian nuclear plant reconnected to grid after Zelensky says Europe narrowly avoided disaster. Guys, this is what I'm not talking about just this specific story, but keeping the population in mass in a constant fight or flight state, which is, if you have one brain cell and you see what's going on. Although it seems more and more that people are just, I don't know how to describe it, but you guys, I'm preaching to the choir. Then you can, if you have one brain cell, you can see what's happening here. But anyway, NBC, coming out of NBC News, Ukrainian nuclear power plant reconnected to grid after Zelensky says Europe narrowly avoided disaster. The world narrowly avoided a radiation disaster. And this is a narrative. Remember, they came out in New York with that really weird public PSA about what to do. And it was fucking hang the woman. And for those of you that don't believe in nuclear weapons, please, I don't want to argue with anybody about that. Okay, I'm not here to argue. Just look at the Marshall Islands. Maybe it's not what they tell us, but nuclear, in my opinion, of course, I shouldn't have to preface everything with that, but it's real. It's real. The world narrowly avoided a radiation disaster after a Russian-controlled nuclear plant was completely disconnected from Ukraine's power grid. President Vladimir Zelensky has warned. A lot of this going on. So this is the Zapper, I don't know how to say it, nuclear power plant, Europe's largest, was back on grid and supplying electricity to Ukraine on Friday, so today, a day after it was disconnected from the national power grid for the first time in its 40-year history. Zelensky said in a late night video address, which we're not going to watch because I can't stand that man, Russia has put Ukraine and all Europeans in a situation step away from a radiation disaster, Zelensky said. Russia blamed Ukraine for the incident. NBC News has not verified the claim on either side. Yeah, so they're saying it's safe now. But intense fighting around the site has spurred growing fears of a catastrophe. So we're still, we're still not out of the thing. Ukraine and its international allies, including the U.S., have been urging Russia to hand over control of the plant. Moscow captured the site in March and has controlled it since, although Ukrainian engineers still operate it. What do they have, guns to their heads? IAEA. I mean, this is just what's going on is surreal. I never thought I would see this shit in my lifetime. Not to mention all of this stuff. Hold on here. I got I wanted to. Yeah, we'll just go to this real quick. So this out of the Daily Mail. Again, they've said this half a dozen times at least. So I don't know what the goal is with telling us that he rushes to the Kremlin late at night. I mean, he is the president, and it doesn't seem odd to me, but whatever. Putin's late night limo dash to Kremlin sparks new fears for Ukraine. Putin is in the habit of pre-recording key announcements with a Kremlin backdrop. His nighttime address was which launched his special military operation 6 months ago. Damn, guys, it's been 6 months. Can you believe that? Is widely believed to have been recorded sometime prior to its screening. So that's probably what he's doing, right? He's going there. Look at these pictures. They just show like blurry pictures. That's it. There was no immediate comment from the Kremlin over the unusual late night dash. Putin's late night limo dash to Kremlin sparks new fears. It came hours after Putin's missiles rained down on a railway station, killing 22 in his latest savage attack, which coincided with Ukraine's Independence Day, celebrating 31, these numbers, years free from the Soviet Union. The Telegram channel, I was just talking to a lady today who graduated from college the same year I graduated from high school. And we were talking about geography, and I suck at geography, really, really bad. And she was like, yeah, me too, because everything I learned was the old Soviet Union maps and things like that. And yeah, just think about that. Just a 10-year gap, and her education is completely different than, after it fell, the Soviet Union, that is. So the Telegram channel, which first aired the footage, Operation Z, military commissioners of the Russian Spring, with 900,000 followers, subsequently deleted it, possibly under official pressure, but other unofficial outlets showed it. So there's his late night dash. So, just reading. Sorry, guys. Political analyst and former MP Sergei Markov claimed Putin's dash to the Kremlin could be linked to a move to declare Ukraine a terrorist state. What if that happened? What are your guys' feelings on that? Would that be accurate? You guys probably already know what I think. This isn't good, guys. I really think that this is going to... Yeah, so this is just saying it got cut off from the power grid. Let me look at the chat. But it is back on. It's back on. And then we got to look at this one thing. Let me look at the chat real quick just to see. It says there's 23 people here. Thank you, guys. It says 0 thumbs up. I don't know. That's just my phone. X words at Hanford, leaking, seeping mess. Let me see. Yes, he is a stooge. Your flying car. Yeah, I'm still waiting for my one of my boys to invent a time machine. Radiation is a powder, not energy in the air. Nukes are flat. LOL. L, did you get my tip? Hey, Erie Fairy. Erie Fairy. Wonderful to see you. Again, I love seeing people in here because I know that they're okay, you know? That's the only reason I still do this, guys. I lost my main channel with all my good hard work content on it. Now I just stream. I just got, that's the alert I just got. But I just want to keep in contact with the people that want to keep in contact with me. So that's why I thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss Blanche. Let me see. Is there a note? A donation from Miss Blanche, $20, no note. Sending you a heart. Thank you so much. Much, much appreciated. Thank you. All right. So let me go back into the chat. Thanks, Miss Blanche. He was not part of the government. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's why. And Miss Blanche, that's crazy. U.S. education system has gone downhill tremendously. I was just talking about this last night, like how, I think I even mentioned in the stream yesterday, like how quickly it went to shit. Like I was in public school. I went to Catholic school, 1st through 7th grade. That's why I call myself a recovering Catholic, because you do got to daily deprogram yourself from that. But I did go to public school after that, and University of Delaware for a little bit and Del Tech for a little bit. But it really has, even though there was still Common Core in the 90s, it has become a just cesspool of social justice and fake reality, fake history, I mean, just it's lies. It's lies. It's the dumbing down. I mean, even the way they teach is I don't know what this country ranks right now, but I know that we do not rank worldwide very well at all in as far as education goes. Which should not be the case, right? For the freest nation in the world, supposedly. You would think we would have the highest test scores and things like that, but we don't. So yeah, if you are able to, please don't send your children out to be a ward of the state. They can take them, the police can come, any CYS or DY, whoever, child protective can come question them. They can take them to the hospital. Parental consent is dwindling, like needing parental consent for things. It's almost non-existent, which is why before the pandemic, I pulled my soon-to-be 15-year-old out of school because I saw it firsthand, what was going on. I remember arriving one day to see his teacher dressed in a skirt, or principal rather, male principal, dressed in a skirt and a blonde wig with a beard, because he had lost a bet, and that was the bet, that he had to wear a skirt. And you couldn't think of something fucking else besides cross-dressing. I mean, my son stayed in for the rest of that. I didn't like immediately pull him out because of that, but it was that and a whole bunch of other stuff, you know, like that I was seeing that I didn't like. Hey, Vi. Yes, the public indoctrination system, and it has gotten so much worse. Yup, plays in the dirt camps, indoctrination camps. 27th in education, says Modus. Thank you very much. That sounds about right. 27th in the world. Yep. And I think that's good, Miss Blanche. But even like now, everything that's come out with the, you know, the priests and all that. I've never experienced that in my time there. I don't know why this isn't coming up, guys. But yeah, it's best to do it. And if you don't feel like you can do it yourself, like I get overwhelmed and I forget a lot of the stuff, and the way they teach it is in a different way. Just find, there's homeschooling groups. There's reach out. You reach out. We're told, we've been, especially the past 2.5 years, but socially engineered for a while to be. Remember when the Army changed their slogan from "Be all you can be" to "An army of one"? And I remember thinking to myself, "Damn, it's basically they're saying every man for yourself, every man for themselves. You're screwed," But no, we need to get back into that tribal mode, into that helping each other mode, and not fall for this divide and conquer, order out of chaos. Those are their mantras. That's what they rule by. Fear-based, trauma-based, divide and conquer. So everybody's fighting with each other, amongst each other, instead of the rulers. I don't know why this isn't coming up, friends. I guess we'll just ditch that. Let's check the boardwalk one more time. Hey, Gary, good to see you. Common Core was an improvement. They teach them at. I did a series on my other channel about Common Core, Clinton's involvement, Hillary, and money coming from Qatar to a New York school, only if they promise to teach the Quran. It just really shady shit with Common Core. But if you say so, Lou, I suck at math. Parents don't like it because it's different. Yeah. And again, I went to Catholic school, so I learned like old math and cursive, and yes, break the spell. Yes. Obama core. Right. Because these are all the same people. Yes. Oh, yeah. Catholic Church, Satan. Yeah, I feel that way too. And I can't believe I didn't see it sooner. I mean, it's not like I had a choice. 1st through 7th grade, I had to do what my parents said. So, but now I have made the decision, and my little one will never see the inside of a school. There's just no reason for it. He could do his hang sudo and piano and baseball, whatever he wants to do, and have his friends. It doesn't need to be in a state-run. He doesn't need to be a ward of the state for 8 hours a day to be socialized. And that's where the social pressure comes in. Well, you're not going to send, at least from my point of view, and other parents that I've talked to that homeschool. That's the point of contention with relatives or friends. That's always their beef, so to speak, is, well, they're going to be socially awkward. You're going to take that away from them. No, that's not true. You supplement it with more healthier options than just a public school or Montessori or whatever, Catholic, it doesn't matter. These are institutions. They're camps. They are indoctrination camps to, right? What did Carlin say? They don't want a nation of thinkers or John D. Rockefeller said that. I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of, doers. Like, people that are just smart enough to work, but not smart enough to excel. How did they like their wreath? Was that a surprise? Strength in numbers, yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Plays in the Dirt. I didn't know that's why you went through the chemo. Oh, thanks, Daryl. You're awesome moderator there. It's pronounced Zaporozhye. Zaporozhye. Thank you, Daryl. Thank you very much. I didn't know that, Plays in the Dirt. I'm sorry to hear that. Now, you know that for sure that they can't, or I mean, I'm not trying to be, you don't have to answer that. Obviously, you don't have to answer that. And you can private me. if you want. I am curious. I'm really sorry about that. But you say, or they say, you make plans and God's last, or you think something's going to be like the doctor tells you have 2 months to live, and then the person ends up living 20 years. So um, that does suck. That does suck because I know you would be an awesome grandmom. If there was an award, he would definitely get it this week. He's been on the thing. What did Anthony say? Monday. Oh yeah. I'll read that if you don't mind, Anthony. I'll tell you what. Monday morning, when that guy tried to murder my neighbor, myself, and two other guys, with the gun, right here in the complex, came together and stopped that son of a bitch. I don't think I could have taken him alone. We came together. Yeah, I mean, Anthony shared with us in the chat the other day or yesterday, maybe. I'm sorry, Anthony, I don't remember the day. It must have been yesterday because I hadn't streamed for 7 days before that. But yeah, somebody, that's horrible experience, but you got out with your life. So that's good. That's good. Yeah. There are 4 million homeschooled children in the US, up by 1.5 million in the last few years. Yeah. And there is something to be said for going to school. Like, I was a latchkey kid, but again, times are changed. Like, when I went to school, Columbine hadn't even happened yet. So I don't know, guys. It's not good here. And just, I'll come on the camera just for a minute. You read it in an article? Yeah, I totally believe that. I totally believe that. Yeah. One second. I'm just finding something here to play us out with. I think this will be appropriate. Did it, Lou? When did Columbine? Maybe I'm wrong. 31. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Yeah, trench coats. Yeah, became uncool. Right. Yeah, they trench coat mafia. Anybody that uses the term mafia, I can't stand that. Can't stand it. Yes, Miss Blanche, you said it about the Anthony thing, and I'm certainly glad that you're okay too, because that's crazy, and things are getting crazy everywhere. People are, even animals are losing it. Mafia, mafia, mafia. It's funny, you both kind of 3 M words. All right, guys. 4 million is a lot of children. Let me just real quick look up before I play us out. Let me look up. Ugh, it's so slow. Are you Sicilian? You ever seen the Christopher Walken scene in True Romance with Christopher Walken and who is it? Is it Dennis Hopper? I forget who is it. Christopher Walken and Dennis Hopper, I think. All right, hold on a second, guys. Oh, it happened in 99. I'm sorry. So I graduated, or yeah, I graduated in 97. So it hadn't happened yet. I was supposed to graduate in 96, but I graduated in 97. So yeah, it says Columbine was April 20th. No shit. 1999 in Littleton, Colorado, leaving 15 dead. And they showed that. You can still see that on YouTube, which is kind of odd, I think. Jetta, hey, yeah, the eggplant. Well, you're a cantaloupe. Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies. Oh, okay, Lou. Thanks, Rick. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Yeah, Dennis Hopper, I was right. Okay. Christopher Walken, man, right? At least my daddy thinks that he can. I mean, it had to be him, or who was her husband? Natalie Wood's husband? Not Roger Moore. Why the hell am I thinking? He's an older actor. It's escaping me right now, but she hated the water. Natalie and Chris Bend. I can't remember who her husband was. Were on the boat the night that she fell overboard. Okay. Yeah, I saw you say that, Miss Blanche. That's crazy. 22 shootings in one weekend. Philly was out like that too this summer. They've had weekends that are real bloody. William Holden. Why does that sound? Oh, you're William Holden. He's an author, right? Is William Holden an author? Robert Wagner. Okay, what did I say? Did I say Robert Wagner? What did I say? Oh, Daryl's. You were saying William Holden. Oh, okay. Robert Wagner. Who did I say? What did I say? I remember Stephanie Powers and William Holden now. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was a Robert. Yeah, me too. Robert Wagner. I forget what I said, but they were never again. They were. It's crazy, and it shows you even going back that far. They knew something went down on that boat. They knew something went down on that boat. But again, rules for thee and not for me. You got a certain bloodline, and Roger Moore, LOL, yeah, 007. I liked Roger Moore. That's when like my era of Bond. So yeah. It's not nice to call women old, Jason, but yes. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Miss Blanche, for your dono. Very thoughtful of you. Thanks to all you guys. Next, keep an eye out for a stream with me on Reality Decoded this weekend. Yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. Plan, prepare, and pray. Yeah. No fear. And peace out, guys. Have a good day. Love you guys. Peace.
Look me in my eyes, tell me everything's just for another dollar in your pocket.